everyone, it's Carolyn and welcome back to Contemporary Mama. I have another Instant Pot video for you guys today. I know that there are a ton of you that got a shiny new Instant Pot under your Christmas tree and you are wondering, how the heck do I use this thing without blowing up my house? Or at least that's exactly what I thought when I got mine. But today I am going to be sharing with you how to make a creamy Tuscan chicken pasta. This is seriously so delicious. It is easy, it is fast, and it cooks all in one pot, which are the three reasons why we all love the Instant Pot. So this is not exactly a diet-friendly meal, but I am certainly going to enjoy a small bowl of this served alongside with a big salad. Now, this does have some vegetables in it, but it is a super kid-friendly meal, and I really hope that you all enjoy it.
So to get this recipe started, you are going to begin by setting your Instant Pot to the saute mode. And while that is heating up and it will say hot when it is ready, you can go ahead and add all of these dried spices and herbs to a shallow bowl. This is going to create a delicious, flavorful rub for the chicken. Once your Instant Pot is hot, you can go ahead and add in a little olive oil and let that warm up. Meanwhile, you can dredge the chicken in the herb and spice mixture and then place it in your hot Instant Pot and let that brown on each side for about 2 minutes. Don't worry, the chicken is not going to be completely cooked through. It is going to finish cooking in the Instant Pot later on. While your chicken is browning, you can go ahead and do a little bit of chopping. You're going to want to cut up about a cup of sun-dried tomatoes. If yours come in a jar, you want to make sure that they're completely drained. And then you can also go ahead and dice up an onion. At this point, my chicken had finished browning 2 minutes on each side, so I'm just taking it out and setting it aside before I go ahead and mince up some garlic. If you're using jarred garlic, you want to use about a tablespoon, but I'm a bit of a garlic snob, so I'm using 4 cloves of fresh garlic. Now you can go ahead and add a little bit more olive oil back in your Instant Pot and go ahead and add your onions and your garlic. You're going to saute that until the onions are starting to soften. Once your onions are starting to get soft, you can add in a tablespoon of Italian seasoning as well as those sun-dried tomatoes that you chopped earlier. You can give that a little stir. Then you can go ahead and add in 2 cups of chicken broth. You can always use vegetable broth or water if you prefer. You want to give that a good stir, trying to get up those brown bits at the bottom, not only so it doesn't burn, but those also contain a ton of flavor. Now you're going to want to grab a cup of evaporated milk, go ahead and add that into the Instant Pot, as well as 3 cups of pasta. You can use ziti, penne, shells, whatever you prefer. And about 3 cups is pretty much half of a 1 pound box, just so you don't have to go ahead and measure that. Once you give that a good stir, you just want to nestle in your 2 big chicken breasts right on top. You want to place your cover on the Instant Pot and make sure that your valve has set to sealing. Then you want to switch from saute to pressure cook. Now the recipe originally called for 4 minutes, but my chicken breasts were huge, so I did it for 5 and they were perfectly cooked. Once your 5-minute timer is going, you can go ahead and chop up a few more things. Now the recipe didn't call for basil, but I just couldn't imagine this dish without it, and I'm so glad that I added it in. So I'm just chopping up a few tablespoons of it, along with 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese. Now the recipe called for regular, but I used low fat to save on some calories, and it was delicious. Now that my timer is up, I'm gonna go ahead and release the pressure valve to allow all the pressure to escape, and this is called a quick release. Now that the pin is dropped, I can go ahead and open up my Instant Pot. I'm gonna remove the chicken breast and place it on a cutting board. I'm gonna cover it with some foil until I have a chance to cube that up. You want to put your Instant Pot back on the saute mode and go ahead and add in your cubed cream cheese. You want to give this a really good stir for about a minute so you make sure that it's mixed well and incorporated. Now, if you didn't think that this was going to be creamy enough, you're going to go ahead and add in 1.5 cups of grated Parmesan cheese, and oh boy, mix that up for another minute and it is going to be super creamy. Now all that's left is to add in that basil if you want to use it, and 4 to 5 cups of fresh baby spinach. You just have to stir that for a little while to make sure it's mixed in, and it's going to wilt beautifully. While your spinach is wilting away in there, you can go ahead and cut up your chicken breasts. Now, like I mentioned, these chicken breasts were huge, so I cannot believe that this was perfectly cooked, moist and juicy after only 5 minutes. This probably would have taken 45 to 50 minutes in the oven, and it would have come out as dry as the desert. All that's left to do is add that chicken back into the pasta mixture and give it a really good stir before you dish it up. Now, if you want to be a little bit extra like me, you can go ahead and grate some fresh Parmesan cheese over top and then place a little bit of basil for garnish. I can't believe how quickly this delicious home-cooked meal came together. Start to finish, it took less than 30 minutes, which is just crazy. My husband absolutely adored it. He couldn't get over how flavorful it was. And for the first time in I don't even know how long, both myself, my husband, and my kids all had the exact same meal for dinner. So I am happy to report that it is toddler and kid friendly. That good? Sure, you can have more. I hope you enjoyed this Instant Pot meal. If you want more Instant Pot recipes, I will have some linked down in my description box.